Oh, it's Friday. And you know what? You can be good to people all you want to. But that don't mean they're going to be good to you. And you know what? Some bridges need burning. I refuse to be a good person and be disrespected as if though I'm nothing. You can kiss my ass.
Terrible things to you, and this one is slowly tearing me apart. Oh yes it is, baby. It's causing me so much pain, and it's something that I can't explain. How I can love someone who keeps breaking my heart, when I know that some bridges need burning down, especially when they keep taking me back to your side of town, where I'm too weak to fight, where it feels so right, whenever you're holding me tight. Some bridges need burning, and I'm burning this bridge tonight. Yes, I know you'll always be a love that's out of reach for me, and you're leading me down your side of town. Some bridges, they need to come on down. Especially when they keep taking me back to your side of town. See, this is a bridge that should have been there, a bridge that leads to nowhere. Come on down, oh baby. Can't tell you, you and I don't know. Should have burned this bridge down a long time ago. It's time to bring it on down. Some bridges need to come on.
You're with Jody. Come on, let's have a good time.
Go, let it go. My name Bishop Bowen. I got the first church, nothing but the truth. What you say? Deacon Kyle, Deacon George, Deacon Clay. Open up the door and turn them loose. Come on. First I want to thank God for the blood running warm in my veins. Yeah, I thank God for my life, health, and strength. I got a sound mind, I'm not insane. Come on. I ain't gonna preach too long. I ain't gonna take the service too far. My sermon this morning, hell to the no, no, no. Come on, hell no. To the no, no, no. Yeah, to the no, hell to the no. To the no, no, no. Listen, Sister Anna, Sister Ruth, make sure that everybody get a seat. Come on, y'all. Sister Lily may go back in the kitchen, cause when it get through, we need to eat. I must fix me collard greens and cornbread rice, chicken breast, oxtails on the side. That's what I'm talking about. Deacon Underwood, get my 50 ready, cause when it get through, we need a ride. Come on! Dr. West, count the money, come back and tell us what to raise. We ain't to find another deacon. I got some people there looking for some blessing. First, God got to get the praise. Come on, y'all. See, there's an old saying, when the praises go up, you get the blessing coming down. I got some people in the church, God Almighty, look at them, they're messing around. Come on. Whoa. Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. To the no, no, no. Listen. I got people in the church smoking weed, drinking whiskey, they drinking a lot of gin. What you say? I got the preacher with the night prayer meeting, talking about can I get an amen? Come on. Early Sunday morning, about 10:15. Yeah. I got some people, they coming off the street, God Almighty, look at them, they strolling in. They need help. They laying at the altar, they confessing their sins. Come on, wait. Time to see them Monday morning, they doing the same thing again. Hypocrite. Hell no. Come on. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. To the no, no, no. Listen. Got kids dropping out of school, talking about they don't want to learn. Yet they're standing on the corner rolling blunts, talking about come on and burn. Y'all better get back to school. I got kids walking up and down the street, pants hanging down around their knees. Woman pants talk about that they're looking for a job. When I see them get a book, I say please. Talk to them. See, all they ever talk about, brag about who got the biggest and the baddest guns. Trying to see the conquer with the bubble top. They dropping the gun, they wanna run. Put them guns down. Now the sheriff got them locked up. They sitting in the county jail. That's a shame. I heard the mama, she was crying all night. She can't get no money for the bill. Come on. Now the man with the homeboy, cause they didn't put the money in the commissary. Friends gone now. They had you in the jail, brother, man. You were sure getting from the cemetery. Come on, wait. See, there's an old saying that a hard head make a soft and iron. Yeah. Well, since you did the crime, don't do the time. Stop the baby crying. Come on. Hell no. To the no, no, no. Yeah, to the no. Hell to the no. To the no, no, no. Listen. When people talk about you, all you gotta do is let them talk much as they please. That's what they gonna do, y'all. Cause all you gotta do is get down on your knees. Tell the Lord about it. You tell God about it, and I guarantee you He will never leave you alone. Yeah. All you gotta do is tell the devil, hell no, won't you leave me alone? Devil leave. Hell no. Come on, wait. To the no, no, no. Come on. to the now, now, now. Come on. Hell no, no, to the now, now, to the now, 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 to the now, now, to the now, now. Hell to the now, now. Hell no, no.
To the now, now, now. Hell no, hell no. To the now, now, now. Oh, yeah. Come on and dance with me.
I'm trying hard to forget that you've been cheating. Wishing you I'd never met, 'cause you've been cheating. And your lies can't be seen in your eyes, and from home you'll never be free. You said crying, you've been lying, you've been cheating, cheating on me. Yeah, you made me suspect, and I know you don't want me. Cookies crumble, and that's how it goes. You don't want me. And your eyes can't be seen in your eyes, and from wrong you'll never be free. You said crying, you've been lying, you've been cheating, cheating on me. Another lover you discover. All that's gone and I don't know why. It's just as well though. And last I knew, your all said was just a lie. So I'm trying hard to forget. You've been cheating. Wishing you I'd never met, 'cause you've been cheating. And your lies can't be seen in your eyes, and from wrong you'll never be free. You said crying, you've been lying, you've been cheating, cheating on me. You've been cheating, baby, you've been cheating. You've been cheating, you must not want me. You've been cheating, you just don't care.
You've been cheating. You've been lying, telling lies on me.
You're never gonna get satisfy you. 'Cause when I give my love, I want love in return. Oh, yeah. Now I know this is a lesson, Mr. Big Stuff. You haven't learned. Mr. Big Stuff, tell me, who do you think you are? Mr. Big Stuff. You're never gonna get my love, Mr. Big Stuff. You're never gonna break my heart, Mr. Big Stuff. You're never gonna make me cry, Mr. Big Stuff. Tell me, just who do you think you are, Mr. Big Stuff? You're never gonna get my love, Mr. Big Stuff. You're never gonna break my heart, Mr. Big Stuff. You're never gonna make me cry, Mr. Big Stuff. Who do you think you are, Mr. Big Stuff? You're never gonna get my love. The big stuff. Who do you think you are, Mr. Big Stuff? You're never gonna get my love. The big stuff, tell me, who do you think you are, Mr. Big Stuff? You're never gonna get my love. The big stuff, tell me, who do you think you are, Mr. Big Stuff? You're never gonna get my love, Mr. Big Stuff. You're never gonna break my heart, Mr. Big Stuff. You're never gonna make me cry, Mr. Big Stuff. Tell me, just who do you think you are, Mr. Big Stuff? You're never gonna get my love, Mr. Big Stuff. You're never gonna break my heart, Mr. Big Stuff. You're never gonna make me cry, Mr. Big Stuff.
Ah, who you think you are? Now tell me, who do you think you are, Mr. Big Stuff? Let's see what these people in Alamance County talking about today on the radio. They tickle me, child. Let's see what they're talking about today. Oh, okay, I'll wait. Okay. Oh, King Denzel Washington, he wanted to tell me something. Oh, okay, I'll listen.
They did you dirty, no doubt about it. They lied, manipulated, gossiped, and twisted your name like it was a game. You gave them loyalty, and they gave you betrayal. You showed up with love, and they responded with poison. But here's what they never expected: that you would rise, that you would survive the storm they tried to drown you in. And now, while you stand tall, steady, and focused, they're choking on the very chaos they created. They thought breaking you would build them up, but all it did was curse their own house. You didn't have to fight back, because time fights for the truth. You didn't have to expose them, because their lies are collapsing on their own heads, and while they're buried under guilt, regret, and confusion, you're rising with grace, healed scars, and peace they can't touch. This isn't about revenge. This is about redemption. And yours is unfolding right in front of their crumbling world. Betrayal is the soil where strength grows. They thought they were breaking you. When they betrayed you, lied to you, and turned their back on you without a second thought, they believed they were discarding something weak, something disposable. But what they didn't know is that betrayal doesn't destroy a soul like yours, it activates it. Betrayal is the soil where strength grows. They thought they were breaking you. When they betrayed you, lied to you, and turned their back on you without a second thought, they believed they were discarding something weak, something disposable. But what they didn't know is that betrayal doesn't destroy a soul like yours, it activates it. Loyalty and patience. See, betrayal is never comfortable, never fair, and never deserved. But it is often necessary, because nothing opens your eyes like being done dirty by the very people you would have gone to war for. Because nothing opens your eyes like being done dirty by the very people you would have gone to war for. When they betrayed you, lied to you, and turned their back on you without a second thought, they believed they were discarding something weak, something disposable. But what they didn't know is that betrayal doesn't destroy a soul like yours, it activates it. But it is often necessary, because nothing opens your eyes like being done dirty by the very people you would have gone to war for. It's strange how pain has a way of clearing your vision. You stopped making excuses for them. You stopped lowering your standards to keep people close. And you started realizing that not everyone who sits at your table is there to eat with you. Some are there to poison the food, but the betrayal, that was the blessing in disguise. Because that's where you began to grow. That's where you stopped shrinking yourself to fit their chaos and started expanding into your purpose. While they were busy trying to break you, life was setting you up to become unshakable. They didn't know they were planting you. Every time they talked behind your back, every time they took you for granted, every time they used your vulnerability against you, they were pushing you deeper into the soil. And yes, it was dark down there. It was lonely. It hurt like hell. But that darkness, that was sacred. That was where your strength started to stretch. That was where your roots took hold. They thought you were buried, but you were just planted. And when the time was right, after the weeping, after the questions, after the silent battles you fought behind closed doors, you began to rise. And when the time was right, after the weeping, after the questions, after the silent battles you fought behind closed doors, you began to rise. Not with bitterness, but with boundaries. Not with revenge, but with revelation. Because when you've been betrayed and you survive it, you learn how to love yourself in a way that no one can manipulate again. You start to understand that your worth was never tied to how they treated you, but how you chose to rise above it. See, people often mistake your softness for weakness. They see your kindness, your loyalty, your empathy, and they think you're easy to manipulate. But what they didn't see was the strength behind your smile, the discernment behind your silence, and the fire behind your forgiveness. You started walking differently, thinking differently, carrying yourself with a quiet power that comes from surviving the very thing that was meant to destroy you. That's what betrayal does. It refines you. It strips away your need for approval. It reveals who's real and who was only around for what you could give. And most importantly, it forces you to rebuild from the inside out. Now look at you. You're no longer available for the games. You're no longer shrinking to make others comfortable. You're rooted now. You know your worth. It reveals who's real and who was only around for what you could give. And most importantly, it forces you to rebuild from the inside out. Now look at you. You're no longer available for the games. You're no longer bending over backward to be understood by people committed to misunderstanding you. You're no longer shrinking to make others comfortable. You're rooted now. You know your worth, and you're not afraid to protect it. You're no longer bending over backward to be understood by people committed to misunderstanding you. You're no longer shrinking to make others comfortable. You're rooted now. You know your worth, and you're not afraid to protect it. That strength, that glow, that power you walk in now, that's the fruit of betrayal. That's what comes when you survive being stabbed in the back and still refuse to become what tried to break you. You didn't let it harden you, but you sure let it sharpen you. They're watching you shine in rooms they said you'd never enter. They're watching you be loved by people who see your worth without conditions. They're watching you build a life that no longer includes them, and it's eating at them more than you'll ever know. But you're free.
Thank you, Denzel. Thank you. I appreciate that.
I can
Are you free? I hope you're free. I am. Welcome to Gnostic 5 Senses Knowledge Tarot Reading.
What is this energy with the Ten of Wands?
With reader Chiron.
Damn, we have the Death. Scorpio energy? Somebody is about to end this shit. They can't take this shit no more. This is the Ten of Wands, the Ten of Fire, and the Death. That sounds a little scary to me. That sounds like somebody's making the fucking death happen. What is this energy here? Oh Lord. And we have the King of Swords energy here. An air sign. I don't know. Is this an air sign doing this? Is this an air sign going through this? But it's the King of Swords here. Hangman energy. And the Page of Cups. This King of Swords sees something coming. It's some serious shit here too. And they're trying, actually, I really think they would like to prevent it, but I don't think they're going to be able to prevent it. This could also have something to do with a King of Pentacles, Earth sign energy. Yeah, something about to change. I just saw the Wheel of Fortune. Is something here about to change? It's about to shift. Yeah, something about to change. I just saw the Wheel of Fortune. Is something here about to change? It's about to shift. They cannot prevent this. I don't know what the hell this is, but this is a lot of force. This could come from God. But it's something here about to make a death. It's about to end, and it's about to end like in fire.
You don't mess with a chosen one, and you mess with the wrong one.
And I don't know if this is a King of Wands that knows about this, or this is a King of Wands that's going through this. That shit ain't pretty to me. Not no Ten of Wands death. Something with the heart. What's this energy here with this? Yes, I think somebody is begging for a person to live. They're begging for somebody to live or something like that. I'm literally getting that. It's just standing out to me in the Death card. Like it's someone begging for something not to happen or not to be so or not to, but it's someone that sees it, they know it. We got the Lovers card, Gemini. What's this energy here with this? Money, it may ruin some type of what is this energy here with this? Let me get two more. Something they've been building. We got the Lovers. Something that they've been building with someone. Money, it may ruin some type of what is this energy here with this? Let me get two more. Something they've been building. We got the Lovers. Something that they've been building with someone. And they know it's about to come to an end, and they don't want it to come to an end. They're begging for something not to come to an end. But like when I tell you fire is not a game, fire is not a game.
You don't play with fire.
Queen of Wands energy here, a fire sign, perhaps. Why is this Seven of Swords here? Somebody was lying to this person. Like somebody is like, I feel like one person is like in love and the other person is like a scammer. One person's in love, the other person just knows how to play the part. What is this energy here? I am so sorry. I don't know what kind of partnership this King of Swords and this Queen of Wands is in, but yeah. The Fool card. Okay, that's a new beginning. That's new energy right there. What about this Fool card? Oh, the Devil. Well, I guess that's a hell of a way to start some shit right there. You have the Fool card and then the Devil. Like something that's an attachment. That's something you're attached to. That's something you're holding on to. I'm just saying. So it sounds like some type of attachment. Somebody trying to have a new beginning with some type of attachment in order to avoid a death. I'm about to throw this whole motherfucking camera, these cards. I'm about to throw all of this shit. Okay? Because that's what that is. Because I knew it did not make no fucking sense. Like, how you going to have the Fool and then the Devil? fool, this the devil. You about to, it's the beginning of hell? Like, that's what that shit sound like to me. I don't know about nobody else.
Who's fooling
That's
who?
how that shit sound to me. You taking a leap of faith and then it's the devil. Somebody is leaping into the fire.
They sure
I don't know
is.
why. I get the craziest feeling that this is this air sign that's ready to do anything to save the Queen of Wands. Because the Queen of Pentacles didn't look like they had a problem. It was the Queen of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups, and the Three of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles was good. This Queen of Wands, I don't know. Or it could be the Queen of Wands about to sacrifice herself for the King of Swords. I don't know who's sacrificing for themselves for who. Or they sacrificing somebody else. But I don't know how they trying to do that shit, but they need to stop. They need to stop right now. They need to stop that shit right now. Okay, that shit out. Block that shit. Wheel of Fortune, Queen of Pentacles, and Ten of Cups is still there, and the Tower is there. Oh no, so it was, oh, y'all was trying to sacrifice the Queen of Pentacles? Oh my God.
Yeah, they were trying to sacrifice
I'm done.
me.
I'm about to play the cards. I'm done. They was trying to sacrifice the Queen of Pentacles. And I'm sitting there like, why?
That's some dumbass
not gonna work.
fools.
The 2 is not
That's
gonna work.
some
The 3
dumbass
is not gonna work.
fools.
None of this shit is working. And they've been trying to do this shit. Because the Queen of Pentacles isn't a good energy.
Yeah, they want to sacrifice me, a man, because I have feminine energy. They thought they want to sacrifice me. They thought I was weak. Ha! They found out, didn't they?
Okay, we got the Wheel of Fortune here. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles. Wheel of Fortune, Queen of Pentacles, and Ten of Cups is still there, and the Tower is there. Oh no, so it was, oh, y'all was trying to sacrifice the Queen of Pentacles? Oh my God. I'm done.
They wanted me gone, honey.
I'm done.
They wanted
were trying
me.
to sacrifice the Queen of Pentacles.
They wanted me
And
gone.
I'm sitting there like, why? None of this shit is working. And they've been trying to do this shit. Because the Queen of Pentacles isn't a good energy. So one of them is about to go.
So
One of them is about to go. Because that's just not working on the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles still got the Ten of Cups and it's the Tower. So somebody's like, oh my God. They still have the Ten of Cups here. And then after the Tower, it's the Nine of Swords here. Oh my God. It's going to be one of them. They begging. They begging. Say, oh my God. They like, please let me live. See, they tried to send that shit to the Queen of Pentacles. That shit's not going to work, or it has not worked, or it's just, they begging. They begging. Say, oh my God. They like, please let me live. Please let them live. Please let us live. Nah. One of y'all about to go. You trying to sacrifice the Queen of Pentacles. One of y'all about to go. You trying to sacrifice the Queen of Pentacles. Nah. Hell to the nah.
hell to the no, to the no, no, no. Hell to the no, to the no, no, no.
Nah, y'all gonna have a new beginning with a demon, but it's not gonna be, you not gonna be sacrificing nobody for no shit. One of y'all about to go. You trying to sacrifice the Queen of Pentacles. Nah. Hell to the nah. Hell nah. And then y'all trying to have a new beginning with a demon. Nah, y'all gonna have a new beginning with a demon, but it's not
Ain't
gonna
that
be,
a fool?
you not gonna be sacrificing nobody for no shit. That's what y'all wanna be. Y'all can go to hell.
The sheriff got them locked up. They're sitting in the county jail. I heard the mama, she was crying all night. She can't get no money for the bill. Come on. Now the man with the whole world, cause they didn't put some money in the commissary. Where's going now? They had you in the jail, brother man. You were sure headed for the cemetery. Come on, wait. See, there's an old saying that a hard head make a soft and line. Yeah. Well, since you did your crime, go on do the time. Stop the baby crying. Come on, come on. Hell no. To the no, no, no. Yeah, to the no.
Hell no, to the no, no, no.
When people talk about you, all you gotta do is let them talk much as they please. That's what they gonna do, y'all. Cause all you gotta do is get down on
Get on your knees.
You tell God about it, and I guarantee you, He will never leave you alone. Yeah. All you gotta do is tell the devil, hell no, won't you leave me alone? Never leave. Hell no. Come on, Mike. To the no, no.
Oh, hell no.
To the no. To the no, no, no.
Hell no.
To the no, no. To the no, no, no.
I said hell no. To the no, 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 no.
1:24 p.m. I'm Neil. This is John calling. It's about 12:25 p.m. Chicago time on Thursday. Just calling to check on you guys. I pray all is well. Love you, love you, love you, love you, love you. Bye.
Welcome to Talk Line. Glad to have you along on a far out Friday. Great day. Glad to have you along. Hope you'll give us a call, 336-222-9224 to Talk Line.
Yep, I'm telling you, boy, what a big win. This is exciting. Big win for the Alamance News. They had an incredible time. The Alamance News is a big winner this year at the North Carolina Press Association. They won for editorials, for news, for photojournalism, for advertising content. You know, they win awards all the time, but this was they won 17 awards. The second highest total in the division ever. This is among newspapers. You compete with newspapers your own size. It's among newspapers across the state, both dailies and weeklies. These days, we're getting, newspapers are trying to survive. You know, we've lost 50% of all newspapers in the last 20 years. They just don't exist anymore. And I love newspapers. I want to read it. You know, I don't want to read it online. I want to read it in my hand. Now, I get a subscription to the Alamance News, and I like to read it on Saturday morning. You know, I want to ball it up and throw it against the wall. You know, some of the things, you know, that are there. My only criticism, I told Tom about this, my only criticism is that I wish he would do an editorial every week. Sometimes they don't do an editorial. Sometimes he'll do 3 or 4 in the same paper. Save one of those so that I can have an editorial to read on a week where you're not going to do one. But what a wonderful, congratulations to all the people there at the Alamance News. They did a wonderful job this year, and that newspaper just really is a real honest to goodness newspaper. We've got this weekend. We don't have any game for you tonight, but we do have Duke football on Saturday. Duke is at Syracuse. The airtime on that's at noon. And then we've got the Xfinity Series, the NASCAR Xfinity Series from Kansas Speedway, the Kansas Lottery 300. We'll go into that. We'll join that after the Duke game. And then on Sunday, we've got the NASCAR Cup Series, the Hollywood Casino 400, presented by ESPN Bet from the Kansas Speedway. It's going to be at 2 o'clock. And also the regular thing every March through October, we've got the Gibsonville Cruising the Green. So come on by over there. It's every Friday night, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. They got great vehicles over there. You can go look at all the wonderful cruise-in vehicles that they have right there in Gibsonville, downtown, East Main Street, downtown. So hope you will join us for that. All right, 222-9224. Right now, we've got 20 minutes before 9 o'clock. Let me tell you about On Talk Line. All right, good morning. You're on Talk Line.
Miss Harry, I hope the listeners will be able to hear my voice this morning. As you can tell, I got I think it's maybe a case of the flu or something. Anyway.
All y'all demons gonna get sick. I have called sickness on every last one of y'all goddamn motherfuckers.
You know I got to brag this morning. Last night, the score on the ECU Army game, ECU 28 and Army 6. And it's very significant. This is our first conference game for the season, and we were playing the team that won the conference championship last year, and hopefully we can reach that number one position this season. And our next game, by the way, is at Tulane in New Orleans, and guess what? It was Tulane that beat Duke several weeks ago. Then the teams in the American Athletic Conference are just tough. Not only Army, but those like Navy. Memphis beat Arkansas for the SEC Conference last week. So, and anyhow, as you know, I have to be proud of my team as you are. And I know your sister's proud of them too.
Oh yeah.
Have a big graduate. I've not had the opportunity to comment on our president's decision to have the National Guard sent into Memphis to assist the police there, whatever. Now, let me say that I'm very familiar with Memphis because it's one of our satellite locations for Worker Ministries. I've spent a lot of time there. And speaking personally, I find Memphis to be one beautiful city, and I perform a lot of work down with the homeless right there.
We tired of your goddamn ass calling in here bragging about what you do.
That's one of the areas.
We don't give a goddamn what you do, you sorry ass lying demon.
Really depict the South, or New Orleans and Memphis, truly Southern, in every way. But while I recognize the beauty of Memphis, there is also that dark side. And that dark side...
The dark side is when your ass come now.
Memphis is often ranked among U.S. cities with the highest crime rates, especially violent crimes. In fact, a 2025 security report ranked Memphis number one for that total crime rate, while another one in 2024, Statista or whatever, showed it also to be number one for violent crimes per 100,000 residents that are based on 2024. So the Democratic mayor of that city, he can run his mouth all he wants, but
you can run yours all you want to, you motherfucker. I hate your goddamn ass, you demon. I can't stand no demon, and I sure can't stand your ass.
To assist that city. And by the way, I know a lot of the law enforcement people in that city.
I don't give a damn who you know. You don't know the Most High God. That's who you need to know.
Possible to try to keep that city safe, but they will also tell you that sometimes the responsibilities are absolutely overwhelming.
They're gonna stay overwhelming as long as y'all goddamn white folks stay over here and keep us stirred up.
I've been told right here on Talkline that the president only talks about crime.
He is crime.
Cities that are located in those blue states, but Memphis, again, is in a red state. So the critics have mud in their faces once again, and they don't need to tell us about the crime rate is down in a place or whatever the case may be. That means nothing to a person who's lost a loved one because of crime. Switching
and
to
your goddamn sorry ass gospel don't mean shit, because can't nobody get saved from it.
I've watched this a long, long time, and it used to be a favorite of mine called Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? And lo and behold, I didn't know this. I didn't know.
You don't know a whole bunch of shit you talk about.
But I watched the program anyway. I figured, well, he's not going to have any way to throw out his venom toward Trump or anyone else. Oh, no, I was dead wrong. Interesting. One of the questions on that quiz was, why was President Ulysses Grant arrested? And they gave 4 possible answers. And as Kimmel read the possible answers, he came to the one that says Grant used an illegal firearm and was sent to prison. And before reading the other possible answers, here's what Kimmel says. Well, of course, the current president would never be sent to prison. You got to be kidding me. And the correct answer to the question, by the way, was speeding in his horse buggy. Unbelievable, I'm telling you. Learned a little U.S.
Speeding in his horse buggy.
His horse buggy, yeah. That was hard to believe, I'm telling you. But, I thought about the host for the program that was there for many, many years. Such a professional was Regis Philbin. He hosted that program, and of course, he had the morning program on ABC or whatever. See, I say that because he would never allow that kind of hate to come out of his mouth on that program. And as I heard the remark, I thought about this. Could Kimmel or other Trump patriots, I wonder if they could go 24 hours, maybe even 12 hours, and not say one word about the president. And they certainly have the freedom to say it. But I just wonder if they would have that kind of self-control it takes or whatever, and because so many of them have been infected with what I call Trump-omania. And anyway, but in their make-believe world, the president has never done anything right. And
You got that right. He ain't never done a damn thing right.
There that they are totally incorrect or whatever. Nobody's that bad. I've often said that on Talk Line. Nobody has ever done anything or has done all wrong and another one all right. Ain't no such thing. We're a mixture of both or whatever. So that's my.
And y'all are more evil.
Back into the classroom
and I don't think you got no good in you.
A couple of weeks or whatever, and look forward to calling in Talk Line again later in October, and maybe the folks can hear me a little better, get that frog out. Have a wonderful day. God bless you, sir.
Maybe you'll turn into a frog when you reincarnate into your lower vibrational state. Maybe you'll turn into a goddamn frog.
These are the kinds of things that fascinate me. You hear, well, we don't need any help in places where there are high crimes on Talk Line. All right.
Morning, Harry. Hope your morning's going well.
It is. Doing great.
Are you going to ride down to Liberty Antiques today or tomorrow?
I don't think so. I'm going to an auction today, so I won't be going over there today. You know, if I get a chance, it just depends on what's going on tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll go or not. I got to get up to Gibsonville up there and check out Gibsonville Antiques. I walked through Greenbrook.
That Gibsonville Antiques. You know, if you've not been there, you're going to be in for a really nice treat, because Gibsonville Antiques is just an enchanting place to go. It's right there across the railroad track from the square there in Gibsonville.
And I guess he would be working along with Robert Kennedy and Dr. Oz. Mm-hmm. And that looks to me to be a good board of nutritional people to take care of, what nutrition needs to be about.
Yeah, they'll probably kill a whole bunch of people.
Dr. Ben Carson, he was a brain surgeon. And you got Dr. Oz.
Well, he's a dumbass fool.
He was a heart surgeon.
Following Trump. Anybody who follows Trump is a dumb-ass fool. I don't care who you are. You are a dumb-ass fool if you follow Trump.
For the United States, I feel like, we'll be on the right path there. I didn't know how you felt about it.
Well, I think there are a lot of things that we can do better. And, I don't pay that much attention to anybody's health but my own. I have so many health problems, I try to keep up with them. And, I know that Robert F. Kennedy is making the Democrats and the Republicans upset. So
he keeps talking about the character of Kamala Harris. But I can't believe our country stooped to the point that we had Joe Biden and Kamala Harris run the United States of America, because that was the nearest nothing that I believe our country's ever experienced. And, what would have happened? It makes me cringe to think about this. What would have happened if something would have happened to Joe Biden and Kamala Harris would have took over the presidency?
I know she's black. Everything would have went terrible, wouldn't it? Because she's black. It couldn't have been no worse than that goddamn fool y'all got in the office. That's a goddamn fool right there.
At one time, Biden was a pretty sharp cookie. I mean, he was okay. He'd been in public service for a long time. The problem was that he had just gone downhill a little bit. And then I think, I don't think Kamala Harris is not capable of being, a good executive. She has the ability to do it. It's just that what she believes in and what the vast majority of the country believes in are two different things. And sometimes you'll say to her, that you believe that men can have babies, and you believe in women being forced to play
they some dumbass fools, ain't they?
With men, and she says,
ain't they stupid?
And then later on she says no.
They're some goddamn stupid people.
There's a lot of things there. I don't. I think she was a smart lady, and I think that Biden in his day was a pretty good politician, but it just didn't work out for them. It just didn't. It was a day late and a dollar short, and it's just the way it was, and the vast majority of Americans felt that way. 70% Democrats and Republicans.
Majority of Americans are demonic.
One poll said that Biden should not run for president.
These people that think they're Christian are
To
not.
the point where he was too old to do it. And I think that if the Democrats had had a primary, they would not have chosen Kamala Harris. They would have chosen someone else. And I think that was a mistake on their part. They should have gone ahead and had a primary even at that late date, a mini primary like so many of the Democrats were calling for. That would have been the thing to do. And if they had done that, I don't think Kamala Harris would have been the candidate.
I'm glad it didn't work out. And did you hear how much campaign money she spent campaigning? And some of it I thought was supposed to be paid back, but she won't ever raise enough money to pay back what they want her to pay back on that campaign. But
well, she spent they had over $1 billion to spend, and she spent more than that. And she had campaign debt that they have to I don't think it's so much her debt. They want her to help, and she should do that. She should help them, the Democrats, reduce that campaign debt. I hope they work that out.
Yeah, I guarantee you she bailed out of that because...
I don't know. I think she'd be glad to go and speak and at fundraisers and things like that to try to fix that. The thing that was fascinating is you had so much money. You had over $1 billion to spend, and you couldn't keep within the budget. Ooh, that is scary to me. You got $1 billion and you can't not go over budget? My goodness.
Hey, well, what does that tell you right there? Would you want somebody of that caliber running your United States of America?
Well, one of the things that you need to know is that the President of the United States does not run, is not the accountant. But you would think that someone who wanted to be president would be better at managing money than that, but she wasn't managing the money. It was her staff. So they were the ones that went over.
She would have some input though. I know she don't have the say so, but she would have input anyway. But I'm gonna let it go with that. Right. And you and Suzanne have a wonderful weekend, and I hope your auction goes good today.
Appreciate it. 222-9224. Let me talk line. Good morning. You're on Talk Line.
Yeah, it's me.
Yes, sir.
We back up at it again this morning.
Mm-hmm.
And the storms are raging again. Did you see the latest on the storms? They gon' meet together. The storms. And so they're gaining power and getting stronger. Go out your door where you at now and look outside and look at the skies. It's coming off of this storm. You see what I'm saying? Now, I want to talk about Clyburn this morning that was on CNN. What he said was wonderful. He said he didn't go for Kerr getting killed or nothing like that, but he would never go with what he stood for. You see what I'm saying? The man's letting you know that he wouldn't go for what he's on, but he don't go for the murders and things. And neither do I. You see what I'm saying? I don't go for Trump getting shot in the ear. It didn't make me happy or nothing.
Oh, that was stage. He didn't really get shot. That was ketchup on his ear.
Trump outdoors. You see what I'm saying? It's not that the people don't have to have this hate. Just like the man said on television, he would go with, before he'd go with me. You say he didn't like me, but he'd go with Jim. Well, you go on with Jim. You see? Go on with Jim. But Jim is not God, and I'm not God. But I'm going to stick with God, and I'm not going to go against people and going on because some other person, he talks about, Jim talks about everything that anybody's on the Democrat side. You see what I'm saying? But he don't talk about the wickedness that he's had people in office like a governor over a state, George Wallace. You see what I'm saying? He don't talk about that.
Oh, that's what he praises. He praises goddamn demons. Like he's a goddamn demon himself.
Alabama. The whole state of Alabama was Ku Klux. He don't talk about that. You understand what I'm saying?
We gonna straighten our goddamn asses out. I done got sick of the goddamn asses. We straightening they goddamn asses out. I'm sick of them.
And going on. And listen, and you're talking about this woman and going on. Running for the president of the United States. You know exactly who I'm talking about, Camellia. Camellia lost the election. She is not the president of the United States, and she is not doing nothing to nobody. But you're still talking about her.
That's because they goddamn demons. They jealous of her.
And listen, this guy that said he knows who you don't know who I am. I didn't vote for Camellia. You understand what I'm saying? I did not sign one slip of paper for Camellia because I didn't like the way she laughed and giggled. Listen, and I didn't vote for Trump. I voted for nobody. You understand what I'm saying? Because you didn't have a decent candidate nowhere. You understand what I'm saying? And your world is run by fools right now.
Sure will.
You understand what I'm saying?
That stupid ass fool in the White House now needs to get his goddamn ass away from here.
But you don't know me. I'm dependent on God. You see what I'm saying? This is the only thing gonna straighten out this ignorant, stupid, dumb world that you got. And you set up with this ignorance, like I told you, and sell cigarettes that giving people cancer and going on, selling liquor in liquor stores, and you just had a head-on wreck and killed a woman. You see what I'm saying? And now you got him charged with driving underemployed. You're the people that made the liquor for him and going on. You see what I'm saying? You're the people that's doing this. You're the people that made these guns and things that killed these people. You made these guns that killed Kerr.
Oh, the gun is their Bible. They make that clear. The gun is their Bible.
You see what I'm saying? You're the people that's doing all this. You're making this, the FDA, Food and Drug Administration. I know exactly what I'm talking about. You people are not as smart, and you think
they
I'm
dumb. They real dumb.
You understand what I'm saying? But I'm going to let you think that, and I'm going to stay on the side of God and watch you be destroyed.
I am too. I'm going to watch them be destroyed.
Against God.
I know they're going to be destroyed. I already saw it.
And he's working on you now. You understand what I'm saying? You got all kind of diseases. You got all kinds of cancer and stuff that's coming from cigarettes and things like that and the rotten food that you make it. You see what I'm saying? All these things that you're doing, you made the guns, you made the bullets, you made the bombs, you made the airplanes, you made the ships and things that you brought black folks over here and put them to work to clean up the country.
And then they called it Jesus.
Let me get to the north and the south here if I got enough time. God let me have enough time to say this. Listen. What you did, the North and the South, the lie that you told about it. The North was rich on account of working black folk. The South was rich on account of working black folks, and they had slaves. And the North was going broke. And President, then they declared a civil war. Because the North was going broke. They didn't have slavery. And you jumped on your own people to get the slaves to the North. This is what you did. This is God's word, not mine. This is what you're doing.
They can't accept the truth.
And how
all right. You're out of time. You're out of time.
And come to the North, and you got to bow your head when you pass a white woman. You can't go in a place and eat. You can't drink out of a water fountain. And you call that free? Do you think I'm a damn fool?
All right.
I'm not.
Appreciate it.
I know what you did.
Yeah, appreciate it, you goddamn sorry Harry. You's a goddamn piece of shit your own goddamn self.
Against law. you have a right to stick up for yourself. You know, yeah.
And we gonna stick up for ourselves. We don't care a goddamn what y'all racist motherfuckers say.
But, you know, this is what I say. Thank God we passed laws that said we're not supposed to do that anymore. And the United
They don't
States,
stick. You only do it to certain people. Why you want to kill me, a good person?
And anybody
You didn't have
who
no
is
reason.
discriminated against or treated badly,
You couldn't take the
stand
truth.
up for themselves and win. All you got to do is stand up, and you can win. There are people everywhere that will help you, that aren't gonna be put down, aren't gonna be treated badly, aren't gonna say no, we can't do that because it's just not what you do. No, there are people that will stick up for you and make sure you have your rights. That's what's so.
But y'all trying to make sure we don't have any. That's a goddamn. That's what y'all trying to do. But we gonna stop y'all goddamn ass this time. We saw what you did the last time. You ain't gonna do it this time, you sorry bitches.
Things that are going on now.
You'll blow this country up.
We need to fix those
our
things.
own damn
Doesn't
self.
mean that everything's perfect, but it's certainly not like it was in the Civil War days. It's not. Things are so
It's
much
getting
better
that way.
than they used to be.
It's gonna be worse than the
And
Civil
I
War.
think
Because
we
God
need to-
is
I
sick of y'all
truly
goddamn
believe
asses.
If we don't remember history, if we don't.
Oh, you don't want to remember history. You try to hide it. That's why you tried to kill me, you sorry bastard.
History, so it doesn't look so bad because we were awful.
You still awful.
We're doomed to repeat it, and I think that history.
Yeah, you're gonna repeat it.
And not
You're repeating it right now when you tried to kill me, you sorry
What
bastards.
really happened when the history books are written is what we need to do, and I think that there's some revisions.
Well, y'all need to quit changing
There's
history.
some things that they don't want to teach.
I know they don't want to teach it because
They were so
it's gonna
hard.
make y'all white folks look awful.
Let's let everybody know how horrible we were, the terrible things that we've done. Well, that people violate those laws, and they need to be punished for violating those laws.
That's why I'm here.
No, they are.
That's why the Lord sent me on my assignment. Y'all ass gonna
Let me
perish.
tell you about Deal Law, Jay, and about them on Talkline. All right, good morning. You're on Talkline.
Good morning, Harry.
Hey there, how are you?
I'm good. I've got a situation. I've got a friend that's going through a domestic thing, and it's probably one of the worstest cases I ever heard of as far as domestic and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's dealing with 2 different counties and stuff, and basically all they doing is slapping this guy on the hand and stuff and not doing nothing. And the only time that I heard anything about domestic is when somebody live or die. I don't understand how laws and stuff like that, you can go down there and kill somebody, they'll stick you up under jail. But if this person threatens you and do this and do that, and all they're doing just give you probation in 2 different counties and stuff, I don't think that's right. Who would you suggest that I tell her she needs to talk to try to get, because the district attorney hands are tied, the legal system are tied and stuff, and if she do something to retaliate against him, I've known she went to jail, and when it come to him doing something to her, it's a different thing. How do you feel about that?
Well, I'm a person that understands about domestic things. They are the hardest things to deal with the legal and with police because they're so emotional. When you have violations, this is a violation of law, period. But when you've got emotions involved, it becomes a problem. What I would tell you, and I think, and I mean this sincerely, is she here in Alamance County, or is she in another county?
Alamance County.
I think talking to Sean Boone is the best thing in the world to do. He is, you got to let him. If there's a problem, it can't be filtered through someone else. An assistant district attorney talking to him. Sean Boone is one of the most fair, honest people I've ever met in my life. And if I had a problem with anything, domestic or otherwise, that I couldn't solve, I would talk to Sean Boone personally. You got to talk to him, not one of his assistants. You have to talk to him.
Yeah, I'm going to do that and stuff because I was down there, popped up down there just uninvited and stuff like that. And he was supposed to be in the courtroom and stuff, and he was standing outside renting the Raven. He ended up going to jail and stuff, and basically they let him go again. So that's what I suggest to her, because this person's got kids. She don't want to do nothing. It's other people. He's just the worst of the worst, and I'm going to, try to help her get through this without somebody innocent going to jail, because it's not just Adams County. It's Danville in Virginia. It's
domestic disputes are so difficult. They really are. Good, honest people get treated badly in domestic situations because of the emotion that is involved. The emotion of law enforcement, the emotion of the legal system, the emotion of the people. It just, it's the scariest thing that police and courts do is domestic. And so you're going through it and you know what I'm talking about. That's the kind of thing that gets scary about this stuff. So, you can't, you got to talk to the head people. Also, if you ever need any law enforcement, Sheriff Johnson is an amazing guy.
Oh my God, he's a liar. He'll tell lies on you, try to have you killed.
I'm gonna have to do something, because she's got 5 kids and stuff. I said, well, when you go next time you go to court, ask them what's gonna happen to your kids. They're gonna end up getting shipped off into the system and stuff like that. That's not fair to them.
It's not. And what happens is the unfairness of the emotions that are involved in all domestic cases. Police officers get killed more in domestic cases than any other case, and that's because it's so emotional. So hang in there. I'm sorry you're having to go through this, but I'm gonna tell you something. If there's anybody that can give you straightforward, upfront advice, is Terry Johnson. And
oh my God, oh Lord,
good.
He's prejudiced.
Really
He's terrible. I wouldn't take his advice.
A lot of people, a lot of lives and stuff.
He called her in, hit on me, his sorry ass. He done fucked his whole curse. He has cursed his bloodline.
And somewhat be a part of it, and seeing it destroy people's lives. You can't go unless you're looking over your back. That's no kind of life for nobody to live.
It sure is.
And I'm gonna reach out to some people that I know do as well and stuff, but. I hope the next time I talk to you, I'll say we got this thing resolved.
All right.
Anyway, have a good day.
You too. You take care. 21 minutes after 9 o'clock. I tell them that you heard us talking about them on Talk Line. Good morning. You're on Talk Line.
Well, first,
do you, Michael? Before you move on, do you know anybody? Did you hear that call? Is there anyone?
I was at a healthcare conference yesterday.
Okay.
And they were talking about the Medicaid cuts, which are real, and there were executives there from hospitals that are actually cutting services because that's the only way they're going to be able to survive. That's what they did last time. There are executives where they run large hospitals, like say Duke or Cone or what you used to call Adams Regional. That these people also are there. Those hospitals are part of also a chain or a portfolio, which may include small hospitals, like maybe in small rural counties in the South, and all these in the South, that are going to close doors. That's exactly what happened.
Thanks to Trump.
Before, and which the Affordable Care Act saved, because it gave those people insurance. The hospital can't turn you away, legally can't turn you away, but if they don't have the services, they won't lose money. So they
thanks to that goddamn Trump, that sorry ass piece of shit.
Money, and let's say us who have insurance can go there, and hopefully, if we get sick, and it's really a sick way of looking at things, if we get sick, our insurance will take care of others who may come in for other things, but they will cut services that they're doing that people may be coming in that will ask for, but they can't legally turn once they'll cut those things. So those are the Medicaid cuts that people are saying are not in existence. The people who are actually doing this stuff and not just listening to Fox News, not just listening to Donald Trump, who says he's going to cut medical prices 1,500%, and anybody who knows basic math knows you can't do that, because at that point you're giving the medicine away plus with a rebate. But he doesn't get that. But those things, like you said,
he's too damn stupid,
energy and all this other stuff, and their energy is going up double the amount of inflation. But all this gonna have to be on another conversation. But I just want to say this first to Jim. he keeps asking, he does things like Donald Trump, and he says, I can prove this by this, and knowing that it's kind of impossible to prove that. He asked him for a council check from 20 years ago, maybe 25 years ago. That's not going to happen, Jim, and you know that. That doesn't prove anything. And he said that the situation with Jerry Falwell did not happen. Again, like the conservative Tim Sutton said, Google is right at your hands. You can do this. I didn't have to Google, but for the people where he said the other day that the Jerry Falwell said the situation, Google Jerry Falwell against Liberty University. There was a settlement for $15 million. He still owns the hotel that he bought with the guy that he paid to sleep with his wife and him. So, you can just stop this stuff, that these things didn't happen, when people can easily, if they want to, look at it and find out. Now, the guy that said today that Kamala Harris was a bunch of nothing, him and Joe Biden, again, I think it is for people in the South like him. Now, let me again say that, like him, it's the height of white supremacy for you to have not accomplished nothing in your life, and for somebody that has became second in command, you say it's a bit of nothing. Now, you may not agree with her philosophically. You may not think she's good at the things that she's done. But what have you done to call her nothing and to call Joe Biden nothing just because you disagree with them? Just because you disagree with them, they're nothing. And then what have you done in this little small town that you're in? And then you had the guy the other day that, and I think that's part of the problem. He worked in the cotton mill for 50 years. And see, that's what they're mad at. They're mad at anybody that has done more than them. And with all that they have, that they had, they didn't do nothing but work in the cotton mill, which ain't nothing wrong with that. And I don't think nothing is wrong with that. My grandmother was a janitor. I think she was a saint. She was a domestic before that. So what their problem is that they are mad at people who don't look like them, who accomplish more. And he goes up and says that Charlie...
We had that problem with the mobile home park, these jealous ass motherfuckers.
And Lincoln. Now, how can you debate a person like that? How can you have a conversation with a person like that? And then go and call themselves the Christians, but ask for somebody to be put to death immediately. You want death, which then not only goes against Christian belief, but it goes against our judicial system. So again, as I said, Charlie Kirk's death and Donald Trump's election proves people are not as constitutional or as patriots as they say, and they're certainly not as Christians as they talk about. Then last to Barry wants to talk about where did I get these statistics. As I said before, I'm not going to call this station empty-handed. As I said before, the Department of Justice, when I quoted those last stats, were on that said that 70% of the political violence, 70% of the political violence is done by the right. That was taken down by the DOJ. But great newspaper like the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal pulled that down before they took it down, and it stated those things. Now I could say all these other statistics about white crime and all this other stuff, and that crime is done by 80% of the time by people who look like them. So there's no such thing as black on black crime if there's no such thing as white on white crime. But see, they don't want to talk about that. And if you bring up these things, then you're being attacked, or they're going to say, well, you can make statistics say anything. Well, then you can make your stats say anything. But here's the problem. You just said something, and the guy who can believe that everybody know when people are here legally or not, he said the other day that, which I agree with him, that something needs to be done about drugs. And I think everybody knows somebody that has been touched by drugs, or a family member or friend that drugs has destroyed their lives. I agree with that. But then he said this. He blamed the Democrats for it. But see, then that tells me he doesn't know how the government works, because right now the Republicans can put through any bill they want to. They have the House. The Speaker of the House puts the bills on the floor. He decides what bills go to the floor. The Speaker of the House currently is Mike Johnson, a Republican. The Senate passes the bill, which is a majority right now Republican, and the president in the White House signs those bills into law. So if he believes that there are not enough rules and to affect the drug trade in this country, then he can't blame the Democrats for that. So you can't say that you want your government to work, but you only blaming one party for the problems in the government. That is part of the problem. It's revision, what you just said about revisionist history. There's a book called The Lost Cause. And we've heard a lot of the Confederates that call this show and other people that talk about those statues down in Graham and the Confederate flag. The Lost Cause said, this is what we need to do. We need to put these statues up to change what the Civil War is about. We don't want the Civil War to be about slavery. That's the revisionist history. We want to say that the slave was happy, go along, lucky on the plantation. That's revisionist history. That's exactly what that book was about. That's exactly what Trump is trying to do when he's telling the great museums up there in Washington to remove these things from the halls of that museum. Do you think removing those things is going to stop anybody who knew about history from remembering history, from recalling history? That is the problem that we are facing. The last thing I want to say is this. You said that in college y'all were required to look at the film Citizen Kane. That's one of my favorite films, Citizen Kane.
And Michael, I never said I was required to look at Citizen Kane.
You said that y'all looked at it. You said y'all looked at it.
We did. We weren't required. We just did. It was part of...
Well, y'all looked at the movie Citizen Kane. Excuse me. I said something wrong. You say something wrong all the time. You don't
Michael,
correct.
I wasn't criticizing you at all. Why are you... You have to criticize me.
Look at the movie Citizen Kane.
Mm-hmm.
The movie, in the movie Citizen Kane, one of the things that he had done is there was a newspaper that criticized him. So he silenced the newspapers. He silenced the journalists. He's tried to stop the people from criticizing him, and he bought those people who criticized him, and he made them work for them. Marco Rubio, who said some of the worst things about Donald Trump. You said that Kamala Harris said the things about Joe Biden, did she change it? What about Marco Rubio? J.D. Vance said that Trump was America's Hitler. Now he's the best thing since sliced bread. If you're going to criticize one, why don't you criticize all?
Okay,
if you're a journalist,
appreciate
you would do that.
Oh, phooey. When you're talking about Kamala Harris, you don't just bring up other things. I do criticize people. I criticize everybody that I think says something wrong. But when I'm talking to you about one person, I don't say, oh, and by the way, these people criticize folks too. The House and the Senate and the presidency. Yes, the Republicans have the House, they have the Senate, and they have the presidency, but they don't have 60 votes in the Senate, which is to cut off debate, you have to have 60 votes. So anything. Almost anything except, some of the special things that they can put through. You have to have 60 votes, and that's why it's hard to get anything through the Senate, because the Republicans do not have 60 votes. And you say that if you haven't ever done anything in your life, you shouldn't be able to criticize anybody. What have they done in their lives? There's nothing wrong with criticizing people. If you've never done anything in your life, what's wrong with that?
What's the point in it? It's wasted words.
You don't have. It appears.
It's dumb to criticize somebody when you just sit there on your damn ass.
People's failures because you've never done anything because you failed. No, that's not what that is. And the Michael, and I'm sure you know this. Really, you have to know this. That survey, why was it taken down? Because fundamentalist Muslims were considered conservatives. Fundamentalist Muslims who are out there killing people in that survey were considered conservatives. That's how it was 70%. If you just do Democrats and Republicans, it'll be a different thing. But the reason that was taken down was not because that was really one of the dumbest things that anybody tried to put out. It was just really dumb. That's why they took it down. It was to equate fundamentalist Muslims who are out there attacking and killing people, they are conservatives? Give me a break. They're not liberals or conservatives. They're terrorists. And they should be put with terrorists, not. And they were just trying to make a point. The point that they were trying to make was that when you hear the Republicans say it's always the Democrats that do this stuff, they wanted to come up with a way to say that that wasn't true. But that, look at what they put in. And look, I'm sure Michael already knows that. You say all you have to do is Google it. No, that's not what you have to do. Did you see where Google admitted to censorship that was pushed by the Biden administration? They admitted that they censored literally thousands of conservatives and conservative ideas because they were asked to, and in many they're saying they were pressured by the Biden administration. So, if you use Google, I think you need to remember that. Chances are when you search on Google, you may not get the truth. But anytime he's talking about Googling something, anytime you Google something, you're talking about a book. There's probably 15 or 20 of them, but there's millions of books about revisionist history. There's a lot of revisionist history. One of the main revisions in history is by elimination. It's not that they change what happened, they just don't talk about it. In the history books that are going through North Carolina history, world history, and United States history, that some of these books, and they say that they can't teach everything, there's just too much history, so they leave out stuff.
So they leave out black history.
Changed it. They just leave it out. Now, there's some revisionism, there's some history books where there is, in revisionist, they just go in there and say that this happened when actually it didn't. But most of the revision...
That's what y'all did with y'all's Bible.
And in the history books is by omission. They just leave it out. They don't want to talk about it. And when you ask them about it, they say it's just too... we don't want to bother. We don't want the kids to be upset.
That's right. That's exactly what they did with the Bible. Oh, that's too scary to talk about. Let's don't tell them that. They might find out the real truth if they know that. So they hid the truth and told you a damn lie and made money off of you on the joint European slave union ship. Now you're over here praising Jesus, you stupid ass motherfuckers. You praise the joint European slave union ship. You think the boys are over here to be a slave? That's what you call a damn idiot. They get baptized in the name. They get baptized in the name of Jesus. The ship that brought them over here to be slaves. Oh my God. Ain't they stupid? And then you tell them the truth, they don't want it. That's what you call a dumbass nigga. Yeah, they perish because they lack a whole lot of knowledge. I'm sorry, but them people are some dumb fools. They don't want no truth. They're ignorant as hell. No wonder they stay in bondage.
Talking about them on Talk Line. Jim Brown. 222-9224. I'm trying to get my little handheld computer here working right. It won't work. Good morning. You're on Talk Line.
Morning, Harry. How you doing?
I am well. I hope you are.
I'm doing fine.
Well, good.
The reason I called was I saw this morning on the show that this twin killed his sister and he stabbed her to death. but they're going to bring it on 48 hours tomorrow night, and I want to watch it. Ain't nothing but he had the darn devil in it. And I don't mean no harm, but when Catman called in, I wish he would stop smacking in the phone. People don't want to hear him smacking. Eat your food before you call in.
That's
I
the
don't want to
truth.
hear him.
It get on my
smacking
nerves,
and going.
too.
I think it's very rude.
It's
of him
very
to be doing
rude.
that. Okay, and I hope you have a good weekend.
You too. Thank you for calling. Appreciate it. Take care.
I know. He comes smacking in the telephone. It's so annoying. You can tell he's a stupid ass from the backwoods. Ain't got no damn sense. Old country fool.
Talking about him on Talk Line. Give Des a call. 3 nice things about him, okay? Good morning. You're on Talk Line.
Mr. Harry.
Yay. How are you?
Oh, just mean as ever.
Okay.
You know how that goes.
I do. I'm grumpy. Suzanne and I were sitting at the table the other night, and I was being grumpy about something. I said, I'm sorry. I'm so grumpy. She said, you didn't ever used to be this grumpy. And I said, well, I'll try to do better. It's old age, you get grumpy.
I was just going to tell you a secret. Keep on having birthdays. Keep on having birthdays. Oh, me. So look, I want to shoot some compliments out. And I know you already know this, and I'm speaking to the choir. I want to say to Joe and the people who Todd and Vance's new show that they've started, I think is absolutely phenomenal. I really, truly do. I mean, now this week, Todd went over a little bit, and that's okay. I like it, because you know me. I'm a sports man. I love talking sports. I love hearing about stuff, and old Vance. We have to criticize him a lot because he's an old state boy. So we can't let him just pass through.
Well, what you're talking about is for those that might not know about it is we have a new show. It's a live call-in show. It's the Universe Corporation's Monday Night Huddle, and it's with Vance Ballard and Todd Davis. It comes on Monday nights from 7 until 8, and you can call in. And you are the 5th or 6th or 7th person that has tracked me down to tell me how much they enjoy that program. So
I do, man. I really do. I love it because like I said, again, you already know what I'm talking about. Vance is OEA guy, and of course, I'm OEA guy myself, so I like hammering on him, about our EA and of course.
Yeah, you're talking about Eastern Alabama.
Yeah.
A lot of people might not know what you're talking about. You're trying to be sneaky? Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah, I just figured everybody knew who EA is, but I really, because again, you know what I'm talking about. All these coaches come out of EA, Ag, Stokes. All these people Vance played for when he was at EA. So who knows them better other than Kirby than Vance, because he played up under Stokes and Robbie Harris and Steve Scarlett and all those kinds of guys. He played under those guys, so he's got firsthand knowledge of what they're thinking, how they think, that kind of stuff. So, and I really do. And of course, as you know, our university, we're gonna have a great game this week because we don't have one. So we're gonna come out with a W on this one. So.
Well, at least no loss. Maybe not a W.
Yeah, we're gonna come out with a W this week. So, but old Vance's team's got to go up to Virginia and play VT. So we'll see how they come out after the L they dropped on Duke last week. So we'll see how it rolls.
Well, I'm still watching the WNBA. We got WNBA. The Fever's going to play tonight. they're in the playoffs, and it's tied 1-1, best of 5 series.
Yeah, I hadn't got that interested in it yet. I mean, I see it on, and I flip it, and if I see it's on, I'll stop and look at it for a little bit, and then, you know, I don't pay a whole lot of attention to it. But yeah, I do know it's on.
If you ever get into it, you know, they play so hard. I mean, they really do. They just play
they do.
hard. Good gracious. And they don't pull any punches. I mean, you know, this is knockdown, drag out sports. It's like the NBA, only with women. It really is. They are tough. They're tough.
Yeah. Like me and you was talking about the other day, boy, when they hammer each other, I mean, they hammer each other. It ain't just a little touch.
Yeah, one of the girls on the Fever, Cunningham, she's injured and is out for the season. Well, she got injured, and why did she get injured? Because she had tried to injure somebody else. I mean, they have lost. The WNBA has a problem, and that is that these people over here that are influential want them to let them play. These people over here who are influential want them to not get hurt. And the referees get torn between those two people screaming at them.
I think the world is great. I think the bad people are about to get what they deserve. And I got a feeling of justice in this land has woken her head up. And Lady Liberty, the scales of justice are starting to balance out on both sides. What do you think about that statement?
Well, you know, I think there's always a chance. I'm a little, you know, good luck with that. I'm not quite there yet. I don't think we've gotten to the point where we're treating everybody fairly as far as justice is concerned.
Well, Harry, I hate to tell you this. I really hate to pour cold water on all your hopes, but life ain't fair.
Yeah, I know. I know.
But the people that have done bad things, the people that have lied repeatedly, justice is knocking on their door now. And it's all legal. It's all upright and outstanding, but they're going to have to pay for their transgression. You know, when they indict the old director of the FBI, and they lay it out just like sliced bread on a table, I mean, it's all there for everybody to see.
Well, let me say this. I heard an attorney yesterday talking about the charges against Comey, and this is what the attorney said. Comey has been in front of and testified literally hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of times. He knows what he says, and it's the difference between one word. You remember way back when Clinton said it's the meaning of what the word is, and some of these things that Comey said when he supposedly lied to Congress might be able to be turned around when actually he used a different word which helped him keep from lying. So I think it's not as cookie cutter as many people think it is. I think it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to convict Comey of the two charges that he's been charged with.
Well, whether he's convicted or not, the truth, you know, just like when you turn on your kitchen light and you see all the cockroaches starting to run in your kitchen, you know you got a bug problem and you're going to go out and buy you some bug spray. Well, we've turned on the light of the kitchen in the U.S. government, and the cockroaches are starting to run, and you know what? We're after them with a big old can of bug spray. And the more we spray them, the more cockroaches are going to come out, and they're going to get what's coming to them.
Well, one of the things that we've always said, when you're talking about politics, you know, what happens is it's the charges that cause you all the problems, not, it's the process that ends up getting you. And that might be true for Comey. Although he may not be convicted of anything, the fact that he's having to go through this process may be, his comeuppance in the final analysis. He may not go to jail, but you can look on his face. He's not happy about this.
Well, he ought to go to jail if for nothing else for all the lies he told about the Pfizer warrant.
Yeah, but he's not being charged with that.
It's coming. It's coming.
Dream on.
This is like, hey, we're riding in the Titanic, see that little chunk of ice out there, and the captain says full steam ahead. Well, Comey's the captain, and he's staying full steam ahead, and he's just about to run into an iceberg.
Well, I think he's already run into the iceberg. The problem is that it didn't sink the boat, and he's not convicted of anything yet. And don't count your chickens. How many times have I said that to you? Don't count your chickens before they hatch. This is tough. This is tough. And it may be the only way that we ever give these people their comeuppance. Because I don't think there's any doubt whether he lied or not. He may not have lied to Congress in the technical sense of the word, like the attorney says, but there's no doubt that he didn't tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. And the process may be what does him in. We'll see. But these two charges that the grand jury brought out are going to be really hard to prove. They really are. All right, appreciate it.
Yeah, but thank you for the conversation.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for justice and Lady Liberty.
All right, appreciate it. 2229224. Comey is no fool, and when he testifies, he's done it so many times. Don't think for one second that he hasn't thought about everything he's going to say and tried to protect himself from these kinds of charges being able to be proven by the words that he says, And that when they get right down to it, the attorney was saying, well, some of these things that he said, you change one word and all of a sudden, you cannot prove that he actually lied to Congress. That's what they were talking about. Let me tell you about Postal Connections. Postal Connections is the place to go if you've got some items to send out. If you just bring them in, you put them up there on the counter. Now, it's easy to find them. They're at 1183 University Drive, right there at the corner of University Drive and Highway 70 Church Street, down the sidewalk from Lowe's Foods and the shops at Waterford, that shopping center right there. You can park at the door, go in there, bring your package, put your package on the counter. They'll weigh it, tell you how much it costs to pack it, to ship it, and you pay them, you're on your way. And they're so nice. Dwayne Souls has put together, he's the owner there, put together a staff of people that just treat you right. Whether you need packing supplies, if you do packing on your own, they've got boxes, bubble wrap, packing peanuts, tape, stickers, whatever you need. Maybe you want to do some faxing, copying, laminating, binding. They have mailboxes to rent. See, if you're running an eBay business or an online business and you need a place that can accept packages so they won't be on your porch while you're at your other job, you can rent a mailbox right there at Postal Connection. Call them, 336-584-4405. They've got greeting cards for every occasion. They've got textbook buyback program. They've got gift ideas for you. They also do shredding and a whole lot more. The people there are just so nice. They can make you a notary stamp or an address stamp. Just get to know them. It's a great place to go. Tell them that you heard us talking about them on Talkline. You're listening to WBAG, Burlington Graham.
Antiques by the truckload. That's what you'll find today and tomorrow at the Liberty Outdoor Antiques Festival in Liberty, North Carolina. Over 375 dealers from around the country with 18th to 20th century antiques and collectibles. No crafts or reproductions. Admission $10, children under 12 free. Today and tomorrow at the Liberty Outdoor Antiques Festival in Liberty, North Carolina.
This is Alamance County District Attorney Sean Boone. For over 40 years, Crime Stoppers of Alamance County has provided citizens a safe and anonymous way to assist law enforcement in solving crimes. Today, through Crime Stopper's social media presence and its own P3 Tip mobile app, the process is even easier and just as safe. Follow Crime Stoppers of Alamance County on social media or download the P3 Tips app today. All people have a right to be safe in their own home, and Crime Stoppers of Alamance County gives people the tools to make their neighborhoods safer.
I guess that depends who it is. Remember, y'all tried to have me killed, you sorry ass motherfuckers. But that crime was reported to the Most High, and y'all gonna pay for that. Because Alamance County is crooked as hell. And you're gonna pay for what you done to me, you sorry ass motherfuckers.
Call or email us today for a complimentary, confidential discussion about your retirement income.
Rick Fisher is a certified financial planner, holds a master's degree in financial planning, and is a certified estate planner. Rick has been recognized as one of the top financial planners in America for the last several years by Barron's Magazine. The firm has been serving Alamance County for over 40 years. Rick can be reached in the office at 336-532-4396 or online at fisher-wealthmanagement.com. Securities offered by LPL Financial, member FINRA, and SIPC.
You know, Oak Creek Retirement Community is located at 343 Baldwin Road here in Burlington. Now, Kelly Rivers is the manager there, and she would love to talk to you and answer your questions about Oak Creek. If you're thinking about a retirement community for yourself or for a loved one, Kelly can help you with that. Just give Kelly a call, 336-226-5739, or you can stop by and talk to her at 343 Baldwin Road. Now, Oak Creek was designed with complete retirement living in mind. Activities at Oak Creek are planned. The clubhouse offers the residents a beautiful dining room for lunch 7 days a week, a library, beauty shop, barber shop, exercise room, laundry and activity rooms. They have accommodations for overnight guests and guest meals. They have an emergency call system, and all the bedrooms and bathrooms monitored 24 hours a day by the nurses at the adjacent White Oak Manor Burlington Nursing Center for your safety. They have weekly towel and bed linen laundry service, bi-weekly house cleaning service, all utilities except telephone, expanded basic cable TV, kitchens complete with refrigerator, dishwasher, disposal stove, oven, and a whole lot more. The staff plans a monthly calendar of things to do. Now, you don't have to do any of that stuff, but it's nice to have it all planned out. So if you see something you like, you can do that. Oak Creek Retirement Community. Call Kelly Rivers today, 336-226-5739. Do you know who Tony Hawk is? Tony Hawks.
Let me, I got a question for you for both, Democrats and Republicans. What do you, I'm gonna get off here after I ask this, but what's gonna happen with our taxes? I've been paying taxes forever, and that money that I expect that's gonna help me in retirement and stuff, when I retire, could you talk a little bit about that? I appreciate it. Have a good weekend. I don't mean to be a stick in the mud there at the end, but I just was curious, and that'd be something would bring us all together. That's a question that we all need to know.
Yep, appreciate it. Thank you. Take care. 2229224. Well, the tax situation, the big, beautiful bill. In income tax, the IRS sends out these tables that everybody uses for put them in their computers. Some of them are paper. When I used to do payroll, they were on paper, but now they're in the computer, and those are going to save money for a lot of people. They really are. Now, what Trump wants to happen, whether this will happen or not, who knows? He wants to be able to lower taxes by bringing in more money in these tariffs. That's what they want to do. If the tariffs so far have been much better than what the experts thought they would be, the people that were in favor of tariffs, the tariffs have been better than even they thought they would be. The people that were opposed to tariffs, they've had to eat a little crow on these things, but now what they're saying is, well, we'll have to wait and see. It's not done yet, and I agree with that. I really do. Whatever happens in the final analysis at the end of the year with these tariffs, you'll see whether it was a win or a lose. You'll see it. It will be a win or a lose. Right now, all the people that said it was going to be a losing situation have not been right. Now, there are some indications right now in the economy. It's the jobs numbers that there may be some problems in the jobs numbers, and that the economy that the Trump administration is pushing may be not good for the job market. That's one of the indications that we're seeing in the numbers that are coming out. Those were the job numbers. Now, it's hard to understand how that's going to play out. That's a still wait and see thing, because the bad news on the job market was all revision. They went back in and revised statistics that they had said before, and say revised that there were many, almost a million fewer jobs than they said they were with the government reports. And so they had to revise these situations, and there was so much good news for the economy going into the presidential election. Now, the people in the administration now are saying that they were doing that to try to hype the presidential election for Biden. Now, that may or may not be true. Who knows? They revise these numbers all the time. It's not just during election years, but they revise them all the time. But with those job revisions, that's the thing that makes it look like that some of the things that the Trump administration is doing may be like the critics were saying. They may turn out that way, but not yet. It's not that way yet. We'll just have to see. It's the indications. You're taking a look. All the experts, whether they're in favor of it or opposed to it, are looking at it saying, well, let's see what happens with that. So we're still in the wait and see mode right now. It was never what anybody said it was going to be. The people that were in favor of Trump said it was going to be this. It's not that. The people that were opposed to Trump said it was going to be a disaster. It's not been a disaster. So we'll see what happens, as the administration goes on. It'll either be, a good deal or a bad deal. We'll see. Now, in politics, if it's a good deal for the Republicans, the Democrats will say it's a bad deal. If it's a bad deal for the Republicans, they'll say it's good. Right now, we've got 16 minutes after 10 o'clock. Let me tell you about Alamance Fence. Alamance Fence, they've been in business here since 1959. They're 1223 Vaughn Road in Burlington. Now, you can call them, and if you need a fence, that would be what you needed to do. Call Drew, 336-228-8274. Talk to them about what it is that you want. That's what I did. When Suzanne and I wanted a fence in Whitsett, I just called up there, and I said, look, here's what I need. And they said, okay, well, we'll send somebody out there. They did. They came out, and we walked through. It had the little thing that tells you how much space it is, the little rolly thing. And I said, I need a gate here, I need a gate here, one there, and one over here. And they said, oh, right, we can do that. And I said, well, what about this one here on the patio? Oh, I've got something that'll work perfect for that, and it did. So they designed this fence for us, and it defines that property in which it really does. Now, they can improve the appearance and value of your home or your business as well. So call Alamance Fence. They've been serving Burlington, Graham, Elon, Mebane, Hall River, Whitsett, everywhere, Gibsonville, since 1959. Put their experience to work for you, Alamance Fence. Tell them that you heard us talking about them on Talk Line. Have you ever heard of the? I'm bad at criticism. I'm very defensive. Yeah, very defensive.
Well, I am too, and I've been that way all my life. Until I had a manager. One time he'd walk up to me, and I experienced the other side of this. And he'd walk up to me and he said, "Why'd you do it like that?" And I explained to him. He said, "Well, what about this? What about that?" Mm-hmm. And he'd walk off. And he'd come back later on. He'd say, you think about it a little bit?" I'm like, "Yeah." He said, "Well, what do you think?" And a lot of times I was like, "You're exactly right. I should have done it a different way. And he introduced me to constructive criticism. And I thought that was really nice. But you're right. There's different ways that you can do that. And you come at me with your knife open, wanting to cut me right off the get-go, then I'm gonna be defensive just like you. But if you want to have a conversation about why I did something or why I didn't do something, then that's a little different. And I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah. Well, I just always have been very defensive, and I can hold my tongue. That's what my mother used to say to me, hold your tongue, son. And I would tell her that. She hated it when I told it to her, because she had the same, she had a problem too. But what happens is, this program is of people like yourself that call, but that's a small number of the people. Most people that listen to this program, literally thousands, and we know how many people listen. There are ratings out there that you can look at and see how many people listen. There's thousands and thousands of people that listen to this program, and they don't call. When somebody says something that I said that is wrong, I feel like I have to defend myself, because there's thousands and thousands of people that may not have, that aren't going to call and may never have known about it if I don't say something. And Suzanne says, why can't you just let it go? And, there's some other great people out there in the world. John Glenn used to say, just don't let those people bother you. Just let it go. And it's just really hard for me. It's just very hard. Okay. Appreciate it. Thank you. Take care.
But that's in a nice way.
All right. Take care. 222-9224. Yeah, I'm in a mood today. I just really have read some stuff that I just really like, and I wanted to pass along to you. That's why.
That's against the rules. Offside and holding. Yeah, you ought to be ashamed of yourself, baby. Offside and holding. Yeah, holding on to someone else. You know you cheated, baby. Making the right. You know you're fucking playboy, yeah. finally coming around. I know we've got a long, long way to go, and where we'll end up, I don't know. But we won't let nothing hold us back. We're putting our show together, polishing up our act. Well, if you've ever been held down before, I know that you've been used to be held down anymore. Well, don't let nothing get your way. I want y'all to listen to every word I say, every word I say. Ain't no stopping us now. We're on the even when I say it's time. Ain't no stopping us now. We got a feeling. Ain't no stopping us now. We're on the ain't no stopping us now. We got I know you know someone who has negative vibes, and if you're trying to make it, they only push you aside. They really don't have nowhere to go. Ask them where they're going, they don't know. We won't let nothing hold us back. We're gonna put our show together. We're gonna polish up our act. And if you've ever been held down before, if you're like me, you won't be held down anymore. Don't you let nothing get your way. I want y'all to listen. Every word I say, every word I say. We're on the look. There ain't no stopping us now. No stopping us now. We got to move. We're moving on. We're moving on. Stopping us now. Ain't no stopping us now. Ain't no stopping us now. We got to move. Ain't no stopping us now. Ain't no stopping us now.
FM 105.9. This is Stephen.
You have a blessed Friday. Cause ain't no stopping us now. We on the move. Let's get back to eating and live on top of the world. Hey, hey, hey. Let's get back to eating and live on top of the world, y'all. Let's get back to eating and live on top of the world, on top of the world, on top of the world, on top of the world.